right. Okay. We on live now, girl. All right. Hey,
Hey,
everybody. Hey, everybody.
hey, y'all.
Welcome to Le Mot de Soir with Kappa Learning Group. I'm so happy you guys are tuning in today. I want to make sure all my my volume is up because sometimes it's the volume on Zoom can be something else. So I want to make sure it's up. Yeah, it's everything is good. All right, y'all. So happy Monday. It's Monday, and I hope that your week is coming off onto a good start. And so this week in L'Amour de Soi, we are focusing on self-care, self-love, mental health. And how many of you guys know that it is super important to make sure that our self-care and is intact, our mental health is intact, and that we are definitely, just loving on ourselves and making sure that we are make sure we're putting ourselves first, being selfish, but not in a bad way, but in a good
Mhm.
way. And that's really, really important. So today we're going to focus on that. And I got a special guest with me. Y'all, I've been knowing this young lady for, oh Lord, 20 something years. We go
Yeah,
back to Chambly High School,
all the way.
all the way in chorus. Okay, Mr. Glore, Miss Chantel Wright. Wait, Lord, I know I'm saying my
Miss
age.
Thorne.
Right,
Long
yes,
time. Long time.
yes. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. But she hasn't changed. She's still funny as all get out. And just a great person, just a loving person, sweet as pie. So I want to introduce you guys to the none other Miss Tiana Ford. I'm gonna say young, but she's a Ford now.
Well, it depends on what. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
Don't you get yourself in trouble. You got
No,
to
I
get off
need
his.
to feel safe.
You got to get off of him now.
No,
But
I love my husband. So
I
let's
know
do it.
that's
Let's
real.
do it. Yes.
Yes. So welcome to Capital
Thank
Learning
you.
Group, to the
Thank
Lemour
you.
de Soir project. I'm just so happy to connect with you because it's been, like I said, it's been years, and
Yes.
so I've been watching you, and you really share your gifts to everyone, and this is a gift when you are able to give to people to make them feel good. You're really in a position of healing, right?
Yes.
Um, and so this is your gift. This is a love, because you don't put your time into it. You put your passion into it, you
Yes.
know. And so this is you created a space for yourself to be able to bring self-care to people and healing and love. So tonight I just want to ask you, before we get started, to create this space of self-care and self-love, what are you committed to create in this space on tonight?
I just want people to really get in a place where they can be in touch with who they are, especially women, and not to say that men don't need that type of attention, because I feel like
Mhm,
that's a neglected area as well.
mhm,
But particularly women, because we wear the weight of our families and just
mhm,
of everything on our shoulders.
mhm,
And I can
mhm.
only speak for me. I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I work every day on top of, working my business. And it's a
Yes,
lot. It's a lot. I tell a lot of jokes sometimes just so I can make it through the day, if I'm just being honest.
yes.
Because self-care is a piece that I'm actually working on for myself.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
different when you are the one that's selling the self-care.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
oh
But
yeah.
you got to be the one that makes it. I rarely even get to participate in this process of self-care.
Mm,
Until recently, I really had to come to a point in my life where I realized that I count. I matter, you know, and so I want other women, other men, just people in general to start living in their purpose, and it's not just to serve other people.
mm,
It's not just to serve your family, your kids.
Mhm.
At some point, you got to put you first.
Mm. Love that. I love that. I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely love that. And I love the fact that you created advocacy for yourself, that you had to advocate for you by putting yourself first and, not just, like you said, not just servicing other people. What about me? My
Exactly.
benefits from my own hands. And I think that is powerful. It's a powerful revelation that you came to understand that if I can't if I can't serve myself, how can I go to the people and serve them? you
Absolutely.
know I think that is such a self revelation to really grab. So I commend you for that, because and especially when you are you know servicing people, you in a service based industry, you tend to
Mhm.
lose yourself in that. And so, being that you're able um to say no, I'm going to put me first. That's really big.
And that's not
That's
easy.
It's
And
not.
I'm being just completely transparent.
Yeah.
One of the things that I have struggled in my life with is telling people no. No, I can't
Mhm.
sing here.
Mhm.
No, I can't come to this. No, I can't. I'm there. If you ask me, can you do it? I will find a way to carve some time in.
Mhm.
And it got to the point where my physical health,
Mm.
not just
Yeah.
my, you know, I'm tired. I was
Mhm.
physically starting to see the effects of
Mm.
not knowing how to say no.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that's just not just to people in public, even to my kids,
Mm.
even to my loving husband.
Mhm. Mhm.
I got to be on at all times, and that is honestly very exhausting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think sometimes just as women in general, again, and I don't want to harp on just us, but that is just us today.
It's okay.
Um, you know, because we bear so much of the weight of the world on our shoulders, and
Yes.
we are so responsible for everything. We do get
Mhm.
lost in the sauce somewhere. We do
Yeah.
get lost in the sauce.
Yes.
Um, and touching back on the self care part,
Mhm.
it's not always just about, I mean, I might be kind of bashing myself here, but it's not just about taking a good bubble bath with this amazing soap that I make. Uh, Sometimes you got to go beyond that, because
Yeah.
what's going to happen after you get out of the tub after you took this lovely bubble bath
Oh
and you took
wow.
taking that woosah? You got to open the
Mhm.
door. You can't live in the bathtub.
That's right.
You can't. You got
Mhm.
to come out of you got to come out of that space, and you're going to be right back in the same environment.
Mm.
So be going beyond just the self-care aspect of, I'm gonna paint my nails, I'm gonna get my hair done, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. What
Mhm.
about up here?
Mm.
This is something that we fail to pay any attention to, and that's our mental health. If
Yes.
your mental health is not intact, everything else is going to fall apart.
Mm.
I'm not here, I'm not a doctor, but I've lived 43 years, and in that 43 years I've paid a lot of co-pays to therapists. So I'm
Yeah.
paying for them now, just because I want to live my life to the fullest
Mm.
extent that I can, and the healthiest that I can.
Mhm.
I don't want to keep living in this bubble of feeling like I gotta always say yes. I gotta always be on.
Yeah.
I'm embracing being just Tiana. This is all you're gonna get.
Mm.
You're gonna get some jokes. You might or might not get a song. You're gonna always get some bomb product. But I'm learning how to balance that all out. That is
Yeah.
very, very, very important.
Mm.
To me, it's very
Mm.
important.
Wow. Yeah, this is a heavy conversation, because this lady we talking to, she is heavy, okay? She is heavy. This won't be a light conversation.
No.
So at at this time, if you can, just go ahead and share this great conversation that we're having right now. If you guys are watching, go ahead and share it to your social media. I've shared it to my personal, and also we're on Kappa Learning Group. And Tiana, I sent it to you as well. So go ahead
Okay.
and share that, so that your people will also be able to join it and join into this conversation of self care and mental health. So this is really important. So as you share, I want to kind of just talk about what I heard, what I heard resounding from your experience with mental health. I love that you're transparent about saying, hey, I need counseling. You know, I have to have this. This is necessary for me in order to be my highest self. So, what is your advice to Black women? Because especially in the Black community,
Ooh.
it is something that is not readily talked about. It's also often tabooed to
Mm-hmm.
even want to pursue a quote unquote a shrink or a therapist or a counselor. And
Mm-hmm.
so, now things, we have campaigns and things like that. Social media has also brought a light to mental health awareness in the Black community. I know a couple of years back they had a campaign for the Black men who are reaching out for mental health and really campaigning about Black men going to get mental health and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And so all these different social um, just social constructs of mental health. What is your advice to Black women who are struggling to, you know, dove into getting mental health? Um, how do you get past the stigmas, get past yourself, even internalizing those things that have been projected in the community? How do you yourself, how did you get past that and say, look, damn what everybody else got to say, I need this for me?
That's an easy answer. Number one, mental health is not a racial disease. It's not a racial issue. It's
Hmm.
a people issue.
Hmm.
It only takes one person in your family to commit suicide to make the decision that, hey, maybe I do need to talk to somebody. You can't keep living your life in shame and things that have happened to you in your past and allowing these things to literally control the very compass of your life. It is
Hmm.
directing your whole life.
Hmm.
And the only reason you don't want to do it is because, well, Auntie and them said, that ain't no, that's the devil. You need to pray it
Hmm.
off. Okay,
Hmm.
yeah, I believe in prayer. I'm a
Yes.
worshiper, and I really believe that God can do anything. But
Yes.
He didn't invent doctors for nothing. He
Mm.
didn't invent, he didn't, I don't want to say invent, but He didn't give us therapists and psychiatrists and things like that just because, just because He put
Hmm.
those things out there for us to be able to utilize for our benefit.
Yes.
Um, and I personally, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I've dealt with anxiety and depression for a majority of my life. I
Mm.
just hide it well.
Mm.
I could tell you the meanest joke and you're gonna be laughing all day long, but sometimes I'm telling you the best jokes at my lowest point.
Mm. Yeah.
And I'll piggyback on saying, you've got two Black people right now, 30 and 31 years old. One just jumped off a building.
Hmm.
This is clearly not a black and white issue. This is an issue that we're all dealing with.
Hmm.
People
Hmm.
take these pretty pictures and they think, oh, they're on there, they got it going
Yeah.
on, but secretly they're dealing with demons that
Hmm.
they haven't ever talked about.
Hmm. Yeah.
So when you've got two young people, a young man and a young woman, both Black, committing suicide, then you know that you have an issue that
Hmm.
is still not really being tapped into.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
I personally just got tired of feeling the way I was feeling. I got tired of waking up every morning mad. I got tired of going to work dealing with anxiety every day, working at a job that I didn't even like. Thank
Hmm.
God I have a job now that I absolutely love. But dealing with that and not knowing when it's time to cut your losses and move on because you become complacent where you are.
Hmm.
We got to get
Mm.
out of this status quo of it has to be this way. You got to stay here and deal with the abuse that comes with these employers and different people that you hang around. For what?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What's the purpose?
Yeah.
If in the end you still aren't happy, I've taken jobs where I made less money just for peace of mind.
Mm. I know that's real.
So, and it is paid off in the end.
Mm. Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
to me, just mental health as a whole is just the missing piece. That's the main piece of the ingredient that you need for anything.
Hmm. Hmm. And also, it's important to understand that we create. We are creators. God has allowed us, the creator, the source, what have you, um, has allowed us to be creators, and we're able to create situations in our lives, but we're also able to recreate these situations,
Mm-hmm.
out of something awful, horrible, horrendous into something beautiful. And we have to use that gift, to recreate ourselves, recreate the situations, recreate, how we see each other. And it's
Absolutely.
so important that we understand that, as human beings, that we just our love, just the human race and loving each other can heal one another, just by eye glaze, just by someone affirming you, telling you that you're beautiful. You need to hear those things because you never know what people are going through. We
Absolutely.
used to always talk about our mama. She talks about that now. She always used to wave at folks to tell everybody, hey, we like, Mom, why you always waving at people and stuff? But you never know what that person is going through. All
Right.
they may need
That might have
is a
saved their
wave.
life.
And
That you
that's
just
it.
never
That's
know.
what she always used to tell us. So, you saying that, is resounding. And just what you're saying right now could save someone's life, by just hearing your testimony. Because we see Tiana, she's funny, she can sing, she's beautiful, she's talented. I mean,
True.
I know in high school we all thought about those things, that you
I
were
never knew
talented.
that though. You know what I mean?
Right,
I
right,
would have never
right.
known that because I never looked at myself like that.
Exactly.
You know what I
Right,
mean? I never
right,
looked at
right,
myself like I was cute or that I thought that I never did.
right, right.
So it looking on, now that I'm out of high school and all this stuff, and people say, "Oh, back when I thought this," and I was like, "Really? Well, you never said anything."
Right,
I always
right.
felt like an outcast. I never
That's my
really felt like I fit in anywhere.
And see,
Um,
that's my point of what I'm trying to get to. We
yeah.
got to speak our voice. We have to use our voice to
Hmm.
affirm people because people will never know. What I, how I see you is a building block to your own self identity, and
Absolutely.
we have to teach our children that too, to be nice and kind to people, bring out the best in them, say kind words to people,
Hmm.
think of mindfulness, and you never know. If we all would have said that to one another, how much more powerful we would be in the world. Just if we would have affirmed ourselves as young, teenagers or young children, so that's powerful what you were saying that you didn't know that, but it's true. I know I thought of
Nobody
that,
ever talks about that. They just get on Facebook and we take all these lovely pictures and then we just, be like, "Oh yeah, girl, you remember back in high," but we never. I don't
hmm
know what it is about us as young people,
yeah.
but I think it's more that we're just all trying to identify at that
hmm
point in our lives.
yeah.
We're just all trying to find ourselves in our own niche and
Yeah.
whatever, and we don't really have time to be trying to figure out,
Right.
life
Right.
like that.
Right.
But then when we're older and we're more mature, now you can
Mhm.
say, "Girl, when you were in high school, I love to hear you sing,"
Mhm.
or "I remember when you did something." I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
great. I would have loved to hear that then. I probably would have had higher self-esteem. But
Right. Right.
but with you, I mean, honestly, I was picked on a lot.
Really?
I never thought I was. It took me till I was in my 40s to start thinking that I was even pretty. I'm
I'm
serious.
sorry. I'm not trying to be funny, but I see what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We
I
have to affirm each other. I think I've always thought you were gorgeous. You had a
Glad
beautiful
you did.
voice.
That
You
just
were
wasn't. It was not me. I never looked at myself in the mirror and
wow.
said, "Girl, you got it going on." I always was trying to find a way to improve myself. I mean,
Wow.
it just was honestly. You guys don't realize that I used to wear makeup every single day. I was on her knee. I,
Yes.
I would be going to the
Yes.
mailbox with the face beat for the gods.
Yes. You would. And
Um,
cute
and
little
why?
cut.
I mean,
Hair was
I was.
always done.
Yes, always. And that's
Mhm.
not even if you had saw me about 10 years ago, a lot of people thought I would have came out with a my goal was to have a cosmetic line, not natural makeup. I hardly ever wear makeup anymore more. I
Wow.
mean, like now I only have on just the mascara and that's it. I hardly ever wear it anymore because I'm trying to learn how to embrace just
Mm.
me. This is all you're gonna get. And I don't if you can't take me like this, uh too bad.
You're
You
not
know,
trying. Well, I want to
no,
lovingly and respectively uh let's reword that and don't say try. I am embracing.
I am embracing me. You know,
Yes.
that's just my mantra for
Yeah.
now. It's just looking in the mirror and accepting all of my flaws with
Hmm.
or without makeup on. It is what it is. I don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. You know, at this point, I'm just trying to
You
live
are.
my life as healthy as I can. I'm trying to be a good mother. I'm trying to be a good wife. And
I
all of those
am.
things that I thought really mattered don't, it doesn't
Yes.
matter. What
Yes.
matters to me is waking up happy, waking up in peace,
Hmm.
waking up and my children are happy, my husband
Yes.
is happy. You
Yes.
know, we have all the things that we need. Those are the things that make me feel happy.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
and that's, I am at that point in my life, and I'm so grateful for that.
Oh, wow. That is powerful. That's powerful. That is the evolution of Tiana.
Oh yeah, I
You
like
know.
that. Hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
true. And it took a long time for me to get there, and I still am a work in progress.
We
But
are.
I can say that I can get up in the morning and feel very happy
Mm,
about what I see when I look in the mirror
mm.
before I put anything on, you know.
Wow.
So I'm happy with what I see. I'm happy with the result of my life. And I just can't wait to see what else comes after that when you just start accepting that this is
Mm.
it. This is who God blessed you to be.
Yes.
This, you are a gift to this world. You are. And you
You are.
really don't need anybody else to tell you that, because they can, people tell you whatever they want to tell you. If you don't believe it, it's just a waste of air if somebody's telling you something you don't
Hmm.
believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe it now. So you can hate on me
Mm.
all you want to. This it. This all you getting. Sorry.
And you are enough. And you are enough.
And I'm totally okay with just
Yeah.
being just, this is it. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that you are sitting in your truth. I love that you're embracing every part of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I don't want to get emotional, but I
Don't
can
you do it.
identify. I can identify with that because last year I've been depressed for 3 years,
Oh no.
and I got free of depression 2 weeks ago. And
Praise God.
so just the evolution, what I went through, you know, and seeing myself, my higher self now is it's just amazing. It's amazing where I was 3 years ago and where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I, still don't struggle, but I know I'm not the same person I was. I'm not.
Well, you clearly are making a choice to move in another
Yes.
direction. I
Yes.
mean, because it's when you deal with depression, and I'm saying this from my own personal perspective, it's not just a hey, snap out of it. If that was the case, I probably wouldn't be here. Nobody woke
Mhm.
up saying I can't wait to be depressed. I can't wait. I
No.
can't wait to be sad
No.
all day, and I can't wait. No, look at God. Look
Right.
at God.
I'm
Won't he do it?
depressed. Okay.
Nobody's waking up saying that.
Right.
No,
Right.
we
Right.
are in a digging ourselves out of that tunnel when we're
Hmm.
dealing with depression.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just, I remember being so depressed one time, not to get so sappy,
Hmm.
but I remember I was thinking if my son would just come over here and hold me, I would
Mm.
feel better. And it didn't work. There were parts of my body that were physically in pain. My hands hurt. I remember that. My fingers were
Mm.
hurting. I was emotionally hurting. And I don't think people realize that that's how depression works. That's how it was for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
At that particular time. And it was hard. It was hard. Um, going through periods where you just can't even eat. You can't. I mean, it's hard. And if people are just really telling the truth, we would be so much better off if people would
Hmm.
quit looking at social media,
Yeah.
your Instagram and all these pretty pictures and everything. Everybody's going to give you the version of them that they want you to see.
Yes.
But the
That's
only
true.
way this world will be healed is for people to really humble themselves and
Hmm.
stop pretending. Stop Stop pretending.
Hmm.
Everybody has something going on.
Everybody.
All of us are dealing with our own demons, our own, issues. And it's up to you to figure out, I know something's wrong, something's not right. If
Hmm.
you had diabetes, you'll be right over there getting you some insulin.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you had a headache, you take an aspirin. If you depressed, go take you some Lexapro.
Hmm.
That's what I do.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it works. I can function every day at work. I ain't cut nobody yet.
Right.
Say what? Huh? So everybody's safe thanks to Lexapro. I'm
Right.
not paid for that. I'm not getting paid for that. But real talk.
That is so crazy.
I'm just saying, I just wanted to get you out of that.
Yes,
But
yes,
I just
yes.
want you to know that I identify with that. I feel that. When I see you crying, I understand because I've been there, and
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's okay. There are so many other people out there that are also experiencing these same things, but if people aren't talking about it, we're just suffering in silence, and people just need to start being truthful, transparent, and real about
Yes.
this is what I'm going through. This is what
Yeah.
I've gone through. My kids, they
Yeah.
get on my damn nerves sometimes. Is it okay if it's too late?
No, it's okay.
You know what I'm saying? They get on my nerves. Sometimes my husband get on his nerve because he can't find his socks. I mean, you know, if people are just really, really transparent about that,
Hmm.
I think we'll be better off.
Yeah,
I
most
think
definitely.
I think if we start holding our families accountable for their own behavior, what I had to learn is that I was also dealing with codependency.
Hmm.
I ain't know what
Mm.
that was. It
Mm.
mean you over here doing everything. You ain't giving nobody a chance to do nothing, and now you
Mm.
mad.
Mm.
Now you big mad and a little mad at
Mm.
the same time.
Mm.
And I'm sure there's some other
Hmm.
medical terms out there that would better describe that. But that basically is what that is.
Mm.
You
That's
overwhelmed
it.
yourself. Now you're mad.
Hmm.
So working on, you can iron your own clothes. You can fix your own sandwich.
That's right.
Okay. If
That's
my
right.
kids will walk right past my husband and ask me for something to drink. You got a two-parent household. I'm gonna need you to. That guy does more than go over there, ask your daddy.
Right.
It's
Right.
child. I could go on and on and on all day about that, but we just need to start telling the truth.
Yeah.
And again, that's not a black thing. It ain't a white thing. I work with women in all demographics, all socioeconomic backgrounds. And all of us can sit in this room from the 10,000 hours all
Okay.
the way up to the 100,000
That's
hours.
right. That's right.
And they're going to all tell you the same story about this family.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, we do it at work.
Yeah.
That's the secret is out.
Yeah.
We be talking about y'all family.
Yeah.
We talk about the exact same things.
Hmm.
So it's not just centered around just one type of person,
That's
one
right.
race of people.
That's right.
We all
That's
struggling
right.
with the same old stuff.
We
So if
all.
we can tell the truth about it, we'll be feeling whole lot better
And
because
we
we don't
need,
have to hold that myth of this is how life looks. You know
yes,
what I
and
mean?
yes, and we need to look at each other as innocent children.
Oh,
I went through a leadership, and
yes.
just like we it was so much support and love that I've received, and
Hmm.
we looked at each other like innocent children. If you fall and hurt yourself, I'm gonna come over here and help you up.
Hmm.
Whatever. There was no judgment zone. When I confessed what was going on with me. Nobody looked at me like I was uh uh some kind of weirdo or anything
Right.
like that because we were all in there trying to be the better
Version of
self.
yourself.
Yes, I was trying to
Absolutely.
be in there to be the best Jocelyn that I could be, and other people feeling the same way. There was no judgment zone. I think if we get to that point, just know that we are human. We all got stuff going on with us. We all have things going on with us. Nobody is without, you know, whatever. We
Right.
all are going through something. We've all
Something.
done something that was shameful, that hurt someone, that's killed their spirit, whatever. We've all done that, and when we get to that point, I think that's when we will really heal. That's healing the land. You know that
Absolutely.
that is
That's the
healing the
word right
land.
there.
Yeah, that's healing the land.
Yes.
So, I think that that's really important, and understanding that divinity is in all of us, you
Mm-hmm.
know, whether you are Buddhist, whether you are Hindu, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
there is divinity in all of us. The source, the creator, God, whoever you want to claim, he has given us divinity in all of us, and we are able to heal each other through loving words. We are here to we're able to affirm each other. So we gotta look to ourselves as well. We gotta look to ourselves. God has given us that. And so we
Right.
got to look to ourselves as well to be able to affirm and love on each other.
I agree
Because we we
100%.
all we all divinity. We're all divinity. So and I'm saying this because of the experience that I had with Boston Breakthrough Academy. you know I came in there, with all these preconceptions, and when I came out of there, I was a whole nother person. I saw people, just humankind, in a whole nother light.
Yes,
So it's we gotta be there for each other. We need each other to survive. We need each other
we really
to
do.
get through this, get through this life. So I think what you said was so powerful, and I just love everything, the transparency. I just love, because you just always kept it real anyway. So I
Right.
knew this conversation was gonna be heavy, but we want to lighten it up a little bit
Let's
again,
do
you
that.
guys. Yes, let's lighten it up a little bit. So again, guys, if you can, go ahead and share, because this conversation is great. But we're gonna get on into Tiana's gifts and her beautiful, beautiful self-care brand. So tell us about your brand. Tell us the name of it. Give us some highlights about that.
Okay. So my brand is Natural Body Essentials. What I offer is I make handmade soaps, body butters, sugar scrubs. We have lip balms. We've got bath salts. Um, and of course, just pretty much anything you need for your family, and it's for sensitive skin.
Ooh,
Primarily, I started this product really just as a hobby, and sometimes
wow.
your hobby can get a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
This is one of them. But it became something. I mean, it just, my friends started, I give out little things to my friends, and
Mhm.
they loved it. And then I started selling it at work. And then I start, one thing led to another to 2015. I did my first market, and it really has been uphill from there. Um,
Wow.
I started off with just making the soaps and working on the little scrubs, and
Mhm,
it
mhm.
has evolved into a much more professional product, and one that thank God has been a benefit to many people, not just my family, my friends. I have organic customers, and I say that just like customers that just came from out of nowhere
Mm,
that are repeat customers. And
wow.
it really is a product that I believe in. I put a lot of time into creating my product because I want somebody to, when they use it, to get every benefit from it. I want you to
Mm,
feel everything that I've put into it. So, and I have a passion for it. I really enjoy what I do.
yes, yes. Wow, wow. So can you give us a little bit? Now I'm going to go on your website so everybody can
Okay.
see the website. Um, Let me reshare my screen. I want to make sure everybody's seeing this here. All right. So this is her website. So pretty. I
Well,
love it.
thank you.
Uh-oh, excuse me, going too fast. Look at that. Lord, trying to get away from it.
That's
Okay.
okay.
So we have some. These are her products that she's displayed on her website.
Mhm.
Now I'm looking on here now. This lemongrass. I love lemongrass.
That is one of my favorite. I love
Oh
lemongrass.
my God, I
It's
love
very
lemongrass.
refreshing.
So tell us about that product, the lemongrass whipped sugar scrub.
So basically with the lemongrass, that scent gives you a really, in my opinion, a very refreshing smell. All of our
Mm,
base ingredients, and I say our, but I use all of the same base ingredients. So you're gonna get The benefits from the avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and shea butter.
Mm.
All of those have microbial, moisturizing properties, things that can actually really benefit your skin. And we don't just use little bitty, that little cane sugar you get out of Kroger. You can see here we use a turbinado sugar, something that's going to actually exfoliate your skin. So
Mm.
you're not just getting the benefits from the oils, you're getting the benefit of the exfoliation from the sugar, and you're also getting the properties from the essential oil. So with the lemongrass, I purposely use essential oil because some things you can't just use a fragrance oil on. You really need those medicinal properties that come from
Yeah.
those oils. It's good for acne, brightening the skin. So you've got a lot of benefits that come from essential oils um, that you won't get from a fragrance oil. That's not to say that I don't use them. Some people just like to smell a certain way, like my Love Spell, which is my actually my number one seller.
The look.
It's
Okay.
oh my god, yes, honey.
Okay. I would like to
Individual
talk
results
about
may
that.
vary. I can't guarantee that your booster ain't gonna
Wait a
stay around.
minute.
Um,
Wait. Is it? It's on here. The love
Oh
spell.
yeah, it's there.
Okay.
It is. There's a sugar scrub, and then there's a soap, and there is a body butter.
Okay.
So,
Wait a minute. Let
when
me. Did I miss it? Wait, let me
no,
see.
go back down, go back down.
Oh, right here.
That's the body. Yeah, that's the body
Okay.
butter.
Let me click
Um,
on this here because I need
mhm.
me a new boo. So I need me. Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
just
need to get me
saying,
a new boo.
I cannot guarantee he's gonna stay, but he will. I just have to do my disclaimer in case you try to sue me because the little did not work.
I'm single, ready
But
to
it
mingle.
smells really, really, really good. And I'm telling
Okay.
you, women from all walks of life. My husband loves it. My husband
Wow.
loves that. Um,
So what does it smell like? Like what's
it's got a citrusy smell to it, but it has some top notes of
mm,
like a floral scent. It's not
mhm,
too, it's sexy. How about that? It
okay,
smells really
okay,
sexy. That's the best way I
okay.
can put it. If you've ever smelled the Victoria's Secret version of it,
Mhm.
it's a very, very close duplicate of that.
Okay, okay,
It
wow.
smells really good. I mean, I sell out of this every time I go anywhere.
Okay, ladies. Well, you heard this now. Y'all got to get on to the love spell, baby.
Yes, you do. But I'm just
Get on
telling
to
you
the.
right now, if your husband leave you, that's not my fault. But you will have some pretty skin when it's all
For a new boo.
moving on.
Oh Lord. So yeah, so y'all she got the body butter and she has the salt for
The
the bath
scrub,
soap for that. And
and
the
then the sugar
scrub.
scrub as well. Hmm.
Okay, cool. Okay, okay, okay. Now I am interested in the healing salve. Now I
Ooh,
love salve. So tell me
yes.
about that.
So the healing salve, basically, you can use it. I personally use it as a like a regular everyday moisturizer just for my
Hmm.
face. But
Okay.
if you're like me and you got little boys and they falling off their bike every week, it really helps to promote the healing on the skin. So when I made this, I've infused all of my own oils with my own herbs that I grow. Um,
Wow. Wait, you grow your own herbs?
yeah,
Wow. That is so amazing.
yes.
Okay.
So I use rosemary, basil, calendula, dandelion, sunflower seed oil. All of those oils are going to give you the perfect properties for healing your skin.
Mm.
I'm talking about when I say dandelion, I mean like when spring comes, I don't let
Mhm.
the landscapers come because I pick all my dandelion and
Mhm.
then I
Mhm.
infuse my oils. Um, a lot of people don't know. Well, some people may know this, but a dandelion you can actually survive. It has every nutrient
Mhm.
you need
Yep.
to survive. So
Mhm.
it's one of my favorite herbs to use. People look at it and they say, "Oh, these weeds are growing," but it's actually a herb,
Yep.
and it's edible. The
Yes, it
entire
is.
plant is edible, and it is great for muscle pain. A lot of people don't know that it's it
Wow.
has pain properties. My
I didn't know
sister
that.
uses this salve for pretty much everything.
Mm. Wow. I
So
didn't know it was good for pain. I never knew that.
yes,
Mm.
um, rosemary has rosemary, the basil, all of those has properties that can actually be used for pain. A lot of people talk about CBD, and I swear by CBD, it really
Mhm.
does work. but rosemary in itself and basil in itself have the same properties.
Wow.
So you can use those. Some people can't tolerate, the CBD.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I'm telling you now, I'm one of those people because I don't take a lot of medication. I
Yeah.
don't. So just using a little bit of the CBD, I'm done. I mean, I can. I have the effect immediately.
Wow.
Um, so I swear by that, it does work. I just don't have it in this. But these properties are easier to come by. It's less expensive,
Mhm.
and you still get the same properties.
Wow. That is amazing. I love a salve. And when you talk
And it
about
works.
dandelion, huh?
It works.
I believe
It
it.
works.
When I think about dandelion and all of these wonderful herbs, I always go back to Baba Sabi. I miss him
Oh,
so much, Dr. Sabi,
mhm,
And when you talk about dandelions, he talks about that readily about dandelion, making the tea,
yeah.
all of that, infusing that into his product. So it's just I love a good salve, and he also has one too. But I really want to use this too. And my mom, she has she has arthritis,
Mhm,
and she's diabetic, so she has some stuff going on with her hand right now. So I would definitely want to get some of this and see if that would also help her as well.
mhm.
As you said that the dandelion was good for pain.
Again, the rosemary and the basil
Hmm.
too. They have those
Okay.
same properties in them. Now, it's not going to be as powerful as your CBD, but you still
Hmm.
will get a benefit from it.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right, y'all. She got some good products, Miss Tiana. Yes. Now, is it one? So you said the love spell is one of your favorites. Is that one of your favorites?
That is my top favorite love
Okay.
spell. I love
Okay.
love spell.
Okay. All right. So now I also know that she has something for the guys. Now she didn't leave
Mhm.
y'all out. She did not leave y'all out. So tell us about the gentleman's whipped body butter.
Now, that is I sell out of that one as well. I really do because a lot of women like that smell too.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
it's very light. It's not very heavy.
Mhm.
So men don't like to. Some men don't like to have that heavy smell.
Yeah.
But it goes on very smooth. It lasts. But I'm telling you,
So what does this smell like?
it kind of smells like. Now this is gonna count. Well, you probably know Dracar.
Mhm.
It kind of gives you that kind of smell, something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, but it smells really good. It's nice and sensual.
Mm.
Not like a sandalwood, more like a. It does have almost a top note of citrus, but not too
Okay.
fruity.
Okay. Okay.
Enough musk to give you a masculine smell. It really smells good.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love that. Okay, guys. So she got y'all covered too now.
Hmm.
She got the men covered. She got us covered. So, you
And there
guys
is
go.
a soap for that one too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm. It should be on
Okay.
there. If not, we can make sure it's on there.
Okay. I don't see. I could be just overlooking it. I know
I
me and
can't
my
even see.
eyes. Okay. I don't see it on there, but it may be on there. I don't okay.
That's
Uh
okay. Listen, I can always go on there and make sure it's on there because we got to make sure
yes.
the men know they can take a bath too.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely. And she has beard oil as well, y'all. She has the
Mhm.
beard oil. So, oh, and look at the bath bombs. Oh my gosh. Now I know people talk about bath bombs, especially ladies. That some of these bath bombs are not good for vajayjays.
Mhm.
So, are these okay for our vajayjays? Cause
I've
yeah.
never experienced any problems. I use every
Okay.
single product that you see on here, even the beard oil, because beard is nothing but hair. I use it in my locks.
Mhm. Mhm.
But I have used every single product on here and I've never
Okay.
had any problems before anybody ever uses it. I'm gonna use it first because if I can sue myself. I ain't gonna get much, but I want to I want to make sure that I'm giving somebody a quality product.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
try it out before you even see it on, at any place that I'm selling it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. All
Yes.
the sense in the world, girl.
And to be honest, I've never had anybody come back and say, "Hey, I had a problem with this."
Hmm.
I've always had repeat. Now I can't. I can't. I got to do a little quick disclaimer. That's everybody's situation is gonna be different. So if
Yeah.
you know your area is sensitive to different things, please don't buy it.
Right. Right.
Buy
Please.
something else.
Please.
Just get you
Please.
some lotion
Just please.
because
Please.
I can't be responsible.
Don't. Please don't buy it if you
I don't know
know
if they
that y'all
sell more than one.
sensitive.
You can't buy those.
You know you allergic to nuts. Don't get the honey almond, y'all. Okay, y'all know better than that.
But
Listen, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. If
please
you know
don't.
you can't have no lavender, leave the lavender alone. Get you
Now
some.
I will say this. Now I do have customers that have specific allergies.
Hmm.
Like let's just say to avocado oil. So if there's a
Yeah.
body butter that you want, I make these in small batches, so I can always go and custom make your particular product. So you don't have to feel like you're not going to be able to experience all the luxury.
Wow.
I can
Okay.
still make something for you that's going to be top notch. I just have to take out one of those ingredients so that you'll be able to still enjoy it.
I love the diversity. I love the
Mhm.
inclusion of your brand.
Yeah, because I'm
Okay.
trying to make sure everybody
Yeah.
feels good. It's
Yeah.
I don't want it to be one thing that keeps me from being able to achieve that.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know,
Love it.
yes.
Love that. Love that. So y'all heard that she'll customize it if you have allergies, okay? So don't worry about the lavender. You can't have lavender. Miss Tiana hook you up with something else.
Mm-hmm.
She got you. Okay? Please.
Okay,
Please.
let's not do it like that. Let's just call me and we'll work it out.
Please.
We'll walk it through it together.
Right, right, right. Cause we don't want
No
no.
surprises.
None. None. You know? None. Okay?
Not at all.
That is so great. But of course, I've just enjoyed you.
I'm so
Your
grateful.
products are
Thank you.
beautiful. You
Thank
are
you.
beautiful.
As you
Um,
are too. You're
thank you,
gorgeous.
thank you,
And
thank
I'm
you,
so
thank you. I
proud of you.
receive that.
I am so proud of
Thank
you.
you.
You're
You know that
welcome.
means a lot to me. You know that means a lot to me, and I appreciate that. I do. I
Welcome.
appreciate all of that. And I just want to, just ask one more thing. Would it
Okay.
be too much if we can get a song?
Oh Lord.
Please, 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 just a little bit, just a little bit, just
What you want to hear?
whatever on your heart. You can say A B C D E F G. It don't make no difference to me. It
I
make no
feel like you
difference.
already got tears in your eyes.
Don't make no difference. Don't make no difference. It don't. Whatever is on your heart, on
um,
your mind.
okay. Well, I'm gonna do this because I gotta sing it at a wedding. So all right, here we go. Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all my needs according to your riches. I have but to ask, and I shall receive to go from here and spread this love you gave to me to show someone who's lost and help them find their way, the way to truth and faith, so they can be free like me, free like me. Lord, we need your love And Lord, we need your peace. And Lord, we need your joy this day. Okay, that's what it sounds like when you've been working 10 hours a day.
That's it. If that, y'all, that's when she been working 10 hours. Where is my virtual shoe at? Cause I need to throw
Don't
that
do it. I
thing.
heard you need them
What?
shoes for something
What?
else. You
What?
can't
What?
use.
Where is this virtual shoe at? Cause I need to throw it. You know. Okay, I'm done, y'all.
Oh, you
That's
so
it.
sweet.
That is it.
I love
Capital
you,
Learner Group
girl.
is out. I love y'all. Tiana, I love
I
you.
love you.
I
Thank you
love
so
you. I
much.
love you. I love you. Tell us where we can find you. Find your products or on Facebook. Find your Facebook.
On Facebook, I'm Natural Body Essentials LLC. On Instagram, I'm Natural Body underscore T Ford, or T underscore Ford rather. And you can find my website at essentialsbytford.ecwid.com.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from her. Y'all
And
heard
you
it
gotta
from Miss
call me for them
Tiana.
custom orders. So 678-663-0071. If you crazy, don't even dial that number because I can't. I just can't.
I am so done. I am so full. I have just had an awesome time.
Yes,
Thank you so
amen.
much. I
Thank
love you.
you. I
I love you.
appreciate
I
it.
love you. I love you. And y'all, we are coming back again tomorrow with more self care, self love, and mental health, y'all. So I will see y'all tomorrow at the same time, same place. And make sure y'all see watch all the ads and stuff. They coming. They coming, y'all. So watch. Watch out for them. And I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves, all right?
Thank
Remember to
y'all.
educate, share, and empower.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.